The whispers started small, just a faint buzz in the background of Canada's bustling political and financial landscape. But now, the murmurs have turned into a storm of accusations and outrage, leaving Canadians wondering, is their retirement at risk? Justin Trudeau's government is under fire after a bombshell report unearthed unsettling claims about the management of the Canada Pension Plan, CPP, a fund worth over $500 billion and a cornerstone of Canadians' financial futures. At the heart of the controversy is the CPP Investment Board, CPPIB, tasked with safeguarding the retirement, disability, and survivor benefits of millions of Canadians. The mandate seems straightforward: maximize returns while ensuring the fund's sustainability for generations to come. But this report has raised serious questions about whether the CPPIB is truly independent, or if political agendas are steering the ship off course. Here's where it gets juicy. According to the report, billions of dollars from the CPP have been funneled into projects that align suspiciously well with Trudeau's green energy goals and international ventures. Critics argue that these investments prioritize political optics over financial prudence, delivering meager returns at best and outright losses at worst. Imagine pouring your life savings into a promising opportunity, only to find out it's a financial sinkhole. That's the reality some fear for the CPP. Then there's the matter of who's pulling the strings. Enter Mark Carney, the former Bank of Canada governor and a senior executive at Brookfield Asset Management. With ties to the Liberal government, Carney's influence in steering investments toward politically advantageous projects has sparked cries of conflict of interest. Is this about safeguarding Canadians' futures or pushing an agenda? The lines are getting blurrier by the day. But it doesn't stop there. The report also revealed an unsettling trend of CPP funds flowing into foreign industries while Canadian sectors struggle. Picture this: farmers facing rising costs, manufacturers downsizing, and small businesses barely holding on. Meanwhile, CPP money is supporting projects overseas. For many Canadians, this feels like a slap in the face, a betrayal of the very trust they placed in the system meant to protect their golden years. The outrage is palpable. Social media is ablaze with hashtags like #HandsOffOurPensions and #TrudeauScandal. Across the country, Canadians are demanding answers. Why are their hard-earned contributions being risked on politically motivated gambles? Who is benefiting from these decisions? And most importantly, what happens if the CPP can't deliver on its promises? The political fallout has been swift. Opposition parties have seized the moment, painting Trudeau's government as reckless and out of touch. Conservatives are calling for immediate audits, with one MP branding the CPP's management a national disgrace. Even the NDP, typically aligned with progressive policies, is joining the chorus for greater oversight. But let's not forget the stakes. Mismanagement of a fund as vast as the CPP doesn't just jeopardize retirements, it threatens the broader Canadian economy. A shortfall in returns could force taxpayers to fill the gap, placing yet another burden on already strained households. And if confidence in the CPP continues to erode, the entire system could face destabilization. Meanwhile, Trudeau's government has doubled down, insisting that the CPP operates independently and that these investments are part of a broader strategy to diversify the economy. But critics aren't buying it. They point out that the government's aggressive climate goals and economic policies create indirect pressure on the CPPIB, forcing them to align with Ottawa's priorities, whether or not they make financial sense. As the dust settles, one thing is clear: this is more than just a financial scandal. It's a battle over trust, transparency, and the role of government in managing the futures of millions of Canadians. Will Trudeau's team weather the storm, or will this controversy be the undoing of his administration? One thing's for sure: Canada is watching, and the clock is ticking. Public outrage continues to mount, with Canadians demanding accountability. Across social media and news outlets, voices are growing louder, questioning the integrity of a system that was supposed to protect their hard-earned money. It's not just about finances anymore. This is about trust. Trust in the government, trust in institutions, and trust in the promises made to millions of workers and retirees. Some are calling for a complete overhaul of how the CPP is managed, including stricter oversight, transparency in decision-making, and a renewed focus on maximizing returns over political ambitions. Advocacy groups argue that the pension fund must prioritize contributors' interests above all else. Canadians deserve a system that works for them, not for politicians or insiders, one advocacy leader said, echoing the sentiments of countless others. Meanwhile, the opposition isn't letting this crisis go to waste. Conservative leaders are framing the issue as yet another example of what they describe as liberal mismanagement and arrogance. This is not just about numbers. It's about a government that thinks it can gamble with the futures of Canadians, one Conservative MP declared during a heated debate in Parliament. The NDP, while less aggressive, has also raised concerns, pushing for immediate independent audits and reforms. But the Trudeau government is sticking to its narrative. The Prime Minister has defended his administration's track record, insisting that investments into green energy and other initiatives are essential for Canada's long-term economic sustainability. These are investments in the future, Trudeau argued in a recent press briefing. We are balancing innovation with responsibility to ensure a stable CPP for generations to come. The public, however, isn't entirely convinced. Many point to the report's damning allegations, mismanagement, questionable investments, and even conflicts of interest, as evidence that the system is failing. The involvement of key players like Mark Carney, whose dual roles raise serious ethical questions, has only fueled suspicions of backroom deals and hidden agendas. Economists warn that the stakes are higher than many realize. If the CPP underperforms, it could force the government to raise contribution rates or reduce benefits, neither of which would sit well with already frustrated Canadians. Additionally, a loss of faith in the CPP could lead to reduced participation in the program, creating a vicious cycle of underfunding and instability. As this saga unfolds, it's clear that the Trudeau government faces one of its toughest challenges yet. The scandal strikes at the heart of what matters most to Canadians: their families, their futures, and their financial security. For many, this isn't just politics, it's personal. The questions loom large. Will there be accountability? Can the CPP be reformed to prioritize the people it's supposed to serve? And perhaps most importantly, will Canadians ever feel confident in their pension system again? For now, the answers remain uncertain, but one thing is sure: the eyes of a nation are watching, and they won't look away anytime soon.